Hey there, the most important habit we can break? It's the habit of being who we think we are. Lately, I've been thinking about all the content out there on how to create the life we truly want. And I get it. People are still searching, for real, proven methods that actually work. But here's the thing. New research into the brain, the body, consciousness, and even quantum physics is opening up some crazy new doors. It's showing us just how much potential we've got inside, so if we're willing to tap into it. Now, I'm not just someone talking theory. I've worked hands-on as a chiropractor, led an integrative healing clinic, and lectured on topics like neuroscience, brain function, biology, and neurochemistry. I've been lucky enough to be part of groundbreaking research. And what's most exciting? Seeing how all this science is playing out in real people's lives, people just like you and me. I've seen some wild transformations happen when people truly change how they think. I've talked to folks who reversed health issues that doctors said were incurable or permanent. Traditional medicine called them spontaneous remissions. But trust me, there's nothing random about it. When I looked closer at what was going on inside these people, it became crystal clear. The mind played a massive role. These changes weren't some miracle. They were the result of internal work. That's what pushed me to dive deeper, to study brain imaging, neuroplasticity, epigenetics, and even psychoneuroimmunology. Because something is happening in the brain and body that we can understand and recreate. And that's exactly what I want to share with you in this video. This isn't about just knowing what's possible. This is about learning how to actually do it. Not just the what, but the how. See, after my earlier content on brain evolution and personal change, I got flooded with comments. People would say things like, "This is super inspiring. I watched it twice. But how do I actually do this? How do I evolve my brain?" So I started hosting live workshops. And that's where things really clicked. I watched people heal mentally, emotionally, even physically, just by changing their internal state. Some of them let go of trauma they'd carried for years. Others overcame so-called impossible health conditions. A few even created completely new paths in life. And you don't need to have watched everything I've shared before. This video stands on its own. Think of it as your practical guide to transforming who you are. I've tried to keep it as simple and real as possible. Yeah, I'll throw in some science now and then, but only to show you what's really happening beneath the surface. My goal is to help you build a realistic, powerful model for personal change that works in real life. This is something I'm super passionate about. Pulling back the curtain so you can see that you have the power to make massive changes in your life. And guess what? You don't need permission to do that. We're way past the point of just wanting to know. Now's the time to figure out how. How do we take these scientific breakthroughs, mix them with ancient wisdom, and use them to upgrade our lives? Once we do that, once we start applying these ideas in our daily routines, every one of us becomes both a mystic and a scientist in our own reality. Try it for yourself. I challenge you. Put these ideas into practice, test them, see what happens. If you really shift your thoughts and emotions, your external world will start changing too. It has to. That's how this works. And if you treat this info as more than just inspiration, if you make it part of your routine, live it, master it, you'll level up. You'll go from being a student to a master of your own mind. Now, I'm not saying it'll be easy. You've got to stay open. You've got to be willing to unlearn some stuff. All those beliefs you've picked up from society, religion, school, media, even your family. They've shaped how you see yourself in the world. But here's the thing. A lot of those patterns are outdated, and they're holding you back. We're living in a time of massive change. Systems are breaking down. The old way of doing things, whether it's politics, economics, education, or even healthcare, is no longer working. Something new is trying to emerge, and you can be part of it. Be brave enough to be original. Look, letting go of the old and stepping into something new, it's like swimming upstream. It's uncomfortable, it takes effort. And yeah, people might mock you or doubt you. But ask yourself, who's willing to challenge the status quo? To believe in something they can't yet see but feel inside their mind and soul? So many of the greatest minds in history people once called crazy or foolish turned out to be geniuses, saints, masters. Are you brave enough to be original? Because if you are, you'll discover something incredible, that you are the creator of your life. You always have been.